Qualified, professional, and compassionate doctors talking real solutions to real health problems.
Non-communicable diseases are on the rise in today's world. This week, we celebrate the National Day of Physical Activity on Sunday, the 14th of July, with special emphasis on the prevention of non-communicable diseases. But what really are these diseases that they call non-communicable? With me in studio is the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Atwine, to tell us more about what exactly non-communicable diseases mean. You're most welcome to the show, Doctor.
I want to thank you for hosting me today on Doctalk program. Non-communicable diseases, basically, these are diseases that you will not contract from someone else. They are not infectious. They are diseases that come as a result of the way the nature of our bodies. The examples, we have heart diseases, we have cancers, we have stroke, we have diabetes, we have hypertension. So those are diseases we are talking about.
These are examples of the non-communicable.
Yes.
And it means that, because from the term communicable and non-communicable, communicable meaning
you can transfer.
It can transfer to someone else.
You can infect somebody else, but these ones you cannot infect.
When someone has it, like when they have a cancer, they cannot transmit it to someone else. Okay. So in this case, the non-communicable are different from the communicable because one person who has, for example, high blood pressure or cancer cannot transmit it to someone else.
Yes.
Unlike the disease like malaria or pneumonia or cholera, those are now the communicable diseases.
Yes.
So how big is this problem of non-communicable diseases?
You know, before, because we had not had good statistics, so it was not we were not able to pick the statistics in the country, but now we have the statistics. What I want to say is that worldwide, non-communicable diseases are taking over communicable diseases. They are now attributable to 70% of all deaths in the world. And it is estimated that about 16 million people die annually. 16 is not really a small number.
That is, each year people are
But
dying.
also to make it worse is that of those 16 million that die every year, 80% of those that die come from the middle and low income countries.
Okay.
But we expect actually this number to increase because as you are seeing the trend now, the communicable diseases like malaria, like you know, all other infectious diseases, they are coming down. If you look at the causes of deaths now, really the numbers are coming down for infectious. But then as it is coming down, the non-communicable diseases, the deaths that are attributable to non-communicable diseases is increasing. And with time, as we are getting more sedentary, as we are eating more fast foods, as we are, you know, we are living really this high class kind of
the office, like the office
you
life.
sit the whole day, no exercise. Those are really risk factors that we need really to talk about today. Because that's why really Ministry of Health came out and set 14th of July annually to be a day to you know, like National Day of Physical Fitness, meaning that we want really to bring out the awareness of the importance of national physical fitness, because I mean physical fitness, and this should not be just an event You
It
know,
shouldn't just be a one day.
one day in a year. No, we want, for example, in schools, we want in ministries, in agencies, different agencies, in organizations in the country, whether in town, whether in rural. We want everybody to be aware of the new threats that have come, and we need really to be more active.
Okay.
We are driving more, yet we should be walking more, we should be running more, we should be cycling more.
We should be going to the gardens more,
yes,
if
we
possible.
should be digging, we should be, you know, really working so that really our bodies are active.
Okay.
But now it is the other way around. More society, all of us, as you know, especially in urban, we walk less, we do physical, less hard physical activities, and that is detrimental to our health.
Okay. It is very worrying that much of the deaths now occur in the low and middle income countries. On top of that, we're still battling the problems of the malarias, the HIVs. So one would wonder, because people used to think that the non-communicable diseases like cancer, like diabetes, they are diseases for the rich people. But now we're seeing a different change in that.
Not anymore. Heart Institute, when you go to Heart Institute now, or when you go to Cancer Institute, we are not talking about the rich. Everyone.
Because anyone can get it.
Everyone will get this disease. Even the obese, it has nothing to do with money. Actually, these days, because of the people becoming more aware, now the people who want to, like even in the village, you'll find actually the obese people there, even when they are not really necessarily wealthy. The more elite now are becoming more conscious of the foods. They eat more salads. They eat, you know, those things. So it's like even a stylish kind of, you know, it is more modern, you know, to watch diet and which is okay. But what we are seeing is that both the rich and the poor
are susceptible to these
the urban
diseases.
And the rural, all of them
Everyone
are equally
is
affected.
at risk.
Yes.
Okay. But there might be some risk factors which shall come back to tackle in a moment. I'm just wondering, in Uganda, what are the biggest non-communicable diseases we are seeing that people should be worried about?
No, we are having heart diseases. We are seeing severe hypertension, but also that can escalate to strokes. We are seeing cancers, many cancers, prostate, breast cancer, cervical cancer, leukemias, lymphomas, all sorts of cancers.
They all appear to be increasing.
We are seeing the increment in numbers of people who have diabetes, lung diseases as a result of smoking. Although the problem here is not big, but still we are seeing many people getting cancer as a result of smoking.
Okay. And one begins to ask themselves why these diseases are increasing. Is there something wrong that, or can you relate everything to the lifestyle? Are people becoming less active, or there's something bigger that we're not seeing?
I think it is a combination of factors. The first one is the lifestyle. And the lifestyle, here we are looking at the sedentary life, when people are not, you know, walking, they're not running. Before our you know, those old generations used to do a lot of activities in the farm and, you know, cycling, they would be on bicycles, but now everyone is driving, and so that makes it really, really a big factor. The other thing is even diet. People are eating too much fast foods, and all those are risk factors for obesity, for cholesterol, high cholesterol, but also in that state of being inactive, alone, just sitting. I wake up in the morning, I come and sit in office the whole day, every day. That is really, really a big risk factor.
That is what they call the sedentary
Then we
lifestyle.
have just, you know, before we did not know. And I think our African nature, the culture adored big.
They were considered
That,
rich and
that
wealthy.
showed some kind of status, you know. If you are huge, you really, it means really that you are, you know, very well off and you're okay. But now we are seeing that that one, it was a big, it is actually a factor even now. We need to change actually the mentality of the people that being big is not really necessarily healthy. And we need to encourage people to do regular checks and make sure that they watch their weights.
Okay. So more about non-communicable diseases to come shortly after the break. If you have any questions regarding non-communicable diseases, you can always send them on our social media platforms on Facebook, on Twitter. We're always happy to hear from you. Remember, this is the National Week of Physical Activity. We are celebrating the Day of Physical Fitness and Physical Activity on Sunday, the 14th of July at the Kololo Independence Ground. We hope to see you there. Don't go away.
You are watching the Doctalk Show.